How's it going, everybody? My name is Absoulem, and welcome back to my full platinum walkthrough for Hollow Knight's Silksong. Whether you're just checking out today's video to get the speedrun trophy, or maybe you followed along in my first playthrough where we got everything completed except for the 2 speedrun trophies, I welcome you, and basically the plan is as such. So in our last playthrough, we got everything done that we needed except for the 5-hour and the 30-hour speedrun. So today's video is kicking off my second playthrough, where I'm going to go over the entirety of the 5-hour speedrun trophy in today's video, the one that you are watching right now. Now, this video is also going to serve as part 1 to the 30-hour speedrun. So basically the plan is today's video is going to get us the 5-hour speedrun trophy, and then in my next video we're going to reload our save on the same playthrough right before the final boss, at which point we can backtrack through the entire world and get all of the requirements for the 100% completion in the world, and then we'll progress onward to Act 3 and so on to get the actual trophy for the 30-hour speedrun. So today's video is technically the start of both speedruns, but mainly all we're doing is focusing on the 5-hour in this chapter of the walkthrough. So if you just need the 5-hour, or maybe you're going for both, welcome aboard. Today's video is going to be fun, and it's going to be a long one because we are going for the 5-hour speedrun. So let's go over a couple basics for the speedrun. All right, we find ourselves at the start of a game once again, so let's go ahead and go over a couple basics on how to use this playthrough, as well as how to save some time and all of that. So first and foremost, this is not a world record attempt, guys. This is not it. This is the let's get it done speedrun. It's not that important for us to save 5 seconds here and there and do some advanced speedrun tech. So yes, I'm fully aware that we can skip bosses. I'm fully aware of how to speed up bosses. I know how to do nuanced glitches and also the speedrun tech on Pogo. I know about a lot of it, all right? But here's the thing. I'm not going to use any of that in this walkthrough. I'm aware of it. I know I'm going to get comments. Somebody's going to inevitably mention it. But here's the thing. We're not doing it because people are at varied skill levels. I don't want to force anyone to do anything like too crazy. And also they might patch some of these skips or glitches that people are relying on right now. So I don't want someone 2 years from now to be watching this and then they can't follow along because that's no longer a thing. So we're going to be doing the generic vanilla approach. And also if you're struggling, maybe you've never done a speedrun, don't freak out. It's going to be okay. As long as you follow along, you'll be just fine. We're going to have plenty of time left over. This is not going to come down to like a matter of minutes, most likely. So don't worry too much. The world record is a different story. We're just trying to get it done. All right. So that's the main thing I want to go over. The second thing is how to save some time. First of all, the only way to stop your game clock is to pause the game or go back to the main menu. Resting at a bench does not pause your timer. Also, you can check your progress by looking at your save file in the main menu. It'll tell you how far along you are in your playthrough. Also, the number one tool that we're going to be using throughout the thing is going to be making backup saves to our cloud, the actual physical console backups and the PC backups, not the in-game saving, but I'm talking about like an actual cloud backup save file. I'm going to be relying on that throughout the playthrough for before bosses, before difficult areas, and just as checkpoints as we go. That way you can guarantee that you have a save spot right before anything that you might die on. So that's going to be a big tool that we use. I'll definitely let you know when I make my backup saves. Even though it's a little bit annoying, it's definitely the best way to go about this. So that's the main thing. And then as far as how you use this playthrough, I would advise playing along at the same time as watching this. You know, maybe watch a little bit of my video, pause my video, go play the game, and then go back to the video and so on. That way you can remember everything I'm doing. Because, like, you know, obviously you can't really waste much time. So I would just advise that you watch it and play it at the same time. That's what I would suggest. But you do whatever you want. I've got a timer in the top right corner. It's not going to be like 100% perfect because I might pause it to get a drink or whatever, but I'm going to try to make it as accurate as I can. That way you kind of have a reference point as well. So yeah, that's everything I want to go over. So let's get this speedrun started, shall we? Ooh, I, Ushkala, Ushkala, Ushkala. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the speedrun, yeah? Anyways, guys, I've taken my caffeine, I've got my Red Bull, and I'm ready to make like a Beyblade and let it rip. So when you are ready, go ahead and start your engines. When you bind, that's when your clock starts. And so here we go, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. All right, let's go, Hornet. We have places to be, yes? We're gonna replicate the first video of the playthrough where we skipped that room to the right. We skipped the big enemy. And I think half the internet had a heart attack. That was by far the most commented thing in the entire walkthrough. You skipped the big enemy. It's like, God forbid we get leveled up, you know? Some of us have plans in life and shit, but you know, whatever. It was the number one commented thing. So now I think it's only fair that we skip it again. Also, we don't have time to play that fight. I like that Jack Vine's name comes up right when you're in the Vine world. I think they could have timed it with that doorway that we just went through and made it to where like you had to break the vines to get through. I think that would have been a fun little nod to his name. Oh, Hornet, stop being a sleepyhead. It's time to wake up. Besides, we just took caffeine. Let's go, Hornet. Remember how nice it felt to have, you know, an ability, have speed dashes and jumping and all that? Remember how good that felt? I want you to hold on to that as we hate our lives right now and move at an absolutely snail pace through the world. What's up, Mossberry? Don't need you this time. Just try to remind yourself how good that was, because we're not going to have any of that stuff. We're barely going to be leveled up. This is basically our boss fight build for Grandmother Silk. We have, like, no room for anything. Nah, I'm going to get us some stuff. I am going to go out of my way to get not required things, but things that will help you. So don't worry. We're not going to be an absolute deviant going into the end of the game. We're not a speedrunner, okay? All right, rest of the bench here. And when you're ready, go ahead and fight Moss Mother. Our first boss fight. Now, if you die to Moss Mother, I really want you to, like, maybe uninstall the game for a day or two. Go walk in the park somewhere. Go look yourself in the mirror and just ask yourself, was I ready for this kind of challenge? And the answer is no. You shouldn't be dying to Moss Mother. There we go. So yeah, don't die to her. That would be embarrassing. If you do die, maybe it's time to like call your parents up or something and just ask them like, did they read to you as a kid or something? Like something clearly went wrong and you became a guy or girl that like dies to Moss Mother. Okay. Now it's one thing if you've never played the game, but I'm assuming now at this point you've beaten the whole game. And how are you gonna beat Lost Lace and then die to Moss Mother? That's my question. Okay, it's a valid question. So anyways, just wanted to point that out, that you should not be dying to her. No need to make a backup save. I think, honestly, that would take longer than the fight and starting the game over. I mean, what was that, 2 minutes to get to her fight? Or minute 40 something? Hello, Trapple Maiden. Skip her dialogue as much as we can. It's the Great Citadel. Let's go, game. All right, Chapel Maid, I'll see you later. I'll be back to rip out your heart. Yeah, not in a figurative way. Remember our innocent times of taking a thumbnail in that pasture back there? Oh, how times have changed. All right, so now talking about times changing, Pilby is alive again, and we have to do our best to not let him know he's going to get trampled to death, my poor boy. You're not going to die. It's fine. You're looking rather alive and breathing. It's fine, buddy. Gah! just messing with you. No, you're going to get trampled to death, buddy, and all your friends and family are going to see it. All right, bye. All right, we're just going to avoid these guys. We don't need to talk to them. I'm sure Flick and the shopkeeper are doing just fine without us. You know, and if you're sad about Pilby dying, it's okay. He'll die again. He'll be ready to die another playthrough. Everything's gonna be just fine because we have places to be, and I'm sure he'll understand. I'm sure he'll understand that we had places to go. Also, we're skipping Sherma. We truly are on our villain arc. We got no sympathy for anybody in this playthrough. We don't get to talk to anyone. We're not gonna be buying much of anything, and we're truly selfish this run. Now break that door open, come to the right here. I like to hit that once and then let the boulder do the rest of the work just to save a little bit of time. I'm sure that 1 second of time that we save will be the difference maker. Okay. So yeah, sometimes we will stop out of our way to get rosaries or things like that. Just for the sake of not having... Oh my god. That man just sabotaged me right at the end there. Interesting. But yeah, sometimes we will, just so we don't have to farm or anything like that. Because we are going to be buying some stuff throughout the run. All right, watch this. Almost timed it. Probably forgot how easy these were. Honestly, these lockdowns in the beginning. All right, right here. I'm going to miss all the ledges. Oh, let's go. All right, hit the door and let Shermer have her fun. We might not speak to her or be friends with her this playthrough, but we can at least be a good person and let her believe she opened the door on her own. I had a weird glitch in my practice runs where the strings that are right there were up in the ceiling. They were like upside down. I couldn't get the beads. So hopefully that didn't happen to you guys. It's only been once out of like the dozen or so playthroughs. So I don't think it's like a common thing, but it was definitely weird. Alright, so we're going to go to the left, skip the fleas. And then here, if you need to kill the enemies, go for it. Don't feel like you have to. I only do it if they're in my way. But knock that down. But yeah, we're just trying to run through the world as fast as we can. In this early game, we are making some detours for items or, you know, rosaries, things like that. So it's best to just skip all the enemies that you can. I only hit them if they're in the way or if I need silk or something. You know, I might do it. Okay, thank you. Now this guy, I'm going to go to the left here and grab the shard pendant for obvious reasons. It'll just help us out. And it's right here. We need it for our 30-hour speedrun, but for the 5-hour, it's still nice to have something that at least lets us collect more stuff. Besides, it didn't like really set us out of our way or anything like that. I swear, Team Cherry like takes a poll of like where's the most annoying spots to put an enemy, and then that's where they put them. I swear. Hit the lever, Kronk. Pull the lever. All right, now come over here. Don't go down. That would be a big mistake. Not as much as dying to Moss Mother, but it would definitely be a mistake. And then grab these 2 beads. That's gonna make the difference too. Oh, calm down. You know we're best friends, Shocker. Stop it. Stop it, you silly goose. I'm not your enemy. What's that? You want me to buy everything? Okay, yeah, get lost. We don't have time for that. Honestly, this is my my argument for everything. If it wanted us to do it, it would have been free. You know, if Benches wanted us to buy it, if Shocker wanted me, it would have been free. It's gonna be my motto for the rest of the playthrough. Alright, get those beads. Juicy beads. And now this man's annoying up here. Just let him throw it once and then jump under it. And then we're going to hit the lever. And then we can go to the right here and get some more beads. Don't worry too much about the ones that fell. We don't care that much. But go to the left. We can grab the Coral Commandment here. We can trade these in for money and things like that, so it's nice to have them. We're not sentimental this run. We're going to trade in every item that we get for shards or beads. But basically, I'm killing these enemies just to get some beads. It's like instead of farming, we're doing at least one run through here. I'm not worried about the beads up in the top right there. What we are concerned with is getting the Silk Spear. Doing it around 10 minutes is good. Daughter of a distant land, bind your Silk Spear. It's of scale, yeah? Alright. We're so leveled up now. We're just so freaking good. So OP. That's pretty much all we need to beat Grandmother Silk, am I right, boys and girls? Come on. Let's go take out a boss. All right, skip the Mossberry NPC. Drop down. Now these 3 beads, I know that I said the other ones were going to make a difference, but those 3 are truly going to make a difference. That might be the difference of you getting out of prison in the slab or not. It's going to be a big deal. All right, drop down. Go to the left. And we are going to open up the elevator. Actually, first we can grab these beads right here. All right, activate the elevator and then head to the right here. I think it's best to kill these guys because they do kind of get annoying. Sometimes they can be in the way of your jump. And it would just suck to miss that jump and go all the way back down to bone bottom. That would, in fact, be a reset, I believe. All right, we got most of them. Break the door there. We're gonna get ourselves a spool fragment. Don't say I didn't get you nothing to level up with, all right? We're gonna have plenty of items before we get to the final boss, like all 4 items or so. But open up that shortcut and now we are back. You can head to the left here and grab some beads. This is essentially our bead farm for the playthrough. I mean, honestly, 240 beads or whatever is not bad for like a we're not collecting shit type of run. But rest of the bench, we can go ahead and equip our shard pendant. There we go. So look at us. We are in the big leagues. So at this bench here, go ahead and make a backup save for your character. Okay. Made my backup save. Now let's go tame our beast. Excuse me. Ira has been acting up, and it's time to put her in her place. Ira, I'm gonna kill you. So 2 hits there, bounce off. And then on this one, same thing. The one where she jumps over your head is the best one. On that one, you can get 1 hit and then just jump over the bell. But that 2 hits there, and then you can get a couple there, or use the spear. Ooh, we got 2 hits. All right, second phase, just dodge the bells, nothing new. I'm thinking 2 hits more. 1, 2, oh, 3 hits. I was way off. I was so far off. Now, Ira, you better give me a silk heart. You better give me a silk heart. There we go. Now, if you're wondering, how many hearts are there to beat the game? 3. So, by that logic, we should be a third of the way through the game. That's, if you want to look at it that way. Other people might say we're only 15 minutes in. But either way, I think it's pretty sound logic that we are now a third of the way through the game. Need 3 hearts to beat the game. We have 1 of 3. I think that holds up. All I'm saying. If you want to give yourself some motivation. Let me consume your power. Is that like hurting Hornet? I'm just saying, I heard a scream there at the end of that. I just have to wonder. The most violent moment in this game is by far when you get cursed and you have to uncurse yourself at Barnaby's house or whatever. That one's pretty brutal. Just get stabbed in the chest a whole bunch of times. All right, so Hornet, that's not what a speedrunner looks like, okay? Gotta stop being a sleepyhead. She has like narcolepsy or something. But yeah, after boss fights, feel free to make a backup save either here or at the next bench or something if you want. You know, because now if you were to die, you know, obviously it would load you back on your backup save before the boss fight. So if you want to basically do a backup save before and after fights, that's fine. I'm gonna, you know, in terms of this one, there's nothing like crazy coming up until Lace. So I'm gonna make the next backup save before Lace. But I'm just letting you know in general, make a decision for yourself if you want to do a backup save just before bosses or, you know, before and after, that sort of thing, or whatever. I'll kind of let you know when I do it, and maybe what I recommend. All right, so we got a bench there, but that would be a good spot to do a backup save, just like on that bench. But there's nothing crazy that's coming up, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it before the Lace fight. But open that lever, and now we're just gonna head to the right. Okay, enemy. All right. That's fine. Whatever. Skip those beads down there. Feels wrong, but we're on a mission. We don't really need that right now, but... Alright, well, if you want to fly away, that's fine too. I was gonna kill you, but clearly you saw how my true power is. So now we're gonna head down. And this is a resting bench if you would like. Oh, dang it. I tried to do the faster way. Pretty straightforward path here, nothing too crazy. Just keep making your way down. We are going to be buying a bench later, once we loop back around. Once we get our swift step, it'll be the bench that we're about to pass. This one up there. We're going to buy that one later on, when we loop back around. So definitely want to have enough beads for that. And then bonk this lever here. Haha. You can't catch me. Now we're just gonna head to the right. Jeez, I'm amazing. You know, they're gonna write books about me, I think, one of these days. Go up and out. You can rest at that bench, but it does cost money. I'm gonna rely on skill. I think I just trust myself to be able to handle this lockdown up here. Oh, I tried to jump it. Nothing crazy in this lockdown. Nothing we can't handle. But if you wanted, that bench is available. And we're out. See, very easy. Very, very easy. Now do watch out. There are not only enemies, but the spikes. Head to the right here. Hit the shortcut just for later. Just for later. I don't even know if we're gonna use it, to be honest, but I don't think we will, but it's just nice to have a shortcut open if we need it for our 30-hour speedrun, basically. Because we're basically, once we beat the 5-hour, we're gonna backtrack through all the worlds and just collect all the items. So it's nice to have certain things leveled, you know, like unlocked and whatnot. But here we are, 22 minutes for the Swift step. Not bad. So I would say anything like 20 to 25 is respectable. But now we can finally move quick. Finally. We are not painfully slow anymore. Look at us setting record time. This is what a speedrunner is about. So hit that lever real quick and then drop down and hit this lever. And I'm going to buy this bench. And this will be where I'm going to make a backup save for Lace as well. There we go. So I'm going to now make a backup save. All right, so we're back here at our bench after my backup save. I love that we have this dash ability. It makes everything better. Oh, we almost did it. Oh. Oh, well. But yeah, that bench down there, we have the gates not open just yet. So, whoops. Speaking of gates not being opened, come up here and hit the lever. I love going into Lace with half health. It's always good. But we've beaten Lost Lace, so I think we'll be just fine on the first Lace. Although, to be fair, I do have Diagonal. Gosh, this is so much easier. It's honestly harder since I don't have the Wanderer's Crest. I can't just like pogo. But like otherwise it's a joke. Gotcha. Isn't that a joke compared to the last fight? Crazy how much different that is once you know what you're doing. Bye, Lace. I'll see you at the end. All right, onward to Farfields, where we are going to honestly get a lot of stuff done here. We're going for the Fade-Down Cloak, of course. Another bench here. This is a good spot to make a backup save if you want. I'm going to go ahead and, again, just rely on the fact that I don't think I'll die. But like I said, you know, it's not a bad idea. That way you don't have to fight Lace over and over if you were to die. But, you know, it's only Farfields. It's just doing the Fade-Down Cloak mission and not dying to, like, lava and basic enemies. So I think I'll be just fine. Since we've, like, basically farmed all of these enemies and stuff like that, I'm not really that concerned with, you know... It's nothing crazy in this area, you know what I mean? Like, once you get to the later areas, then, yeah, maybe I might die to a simple enemy. Now we're just running to the right. Of course, that's good, that's good. Make sure you jump into the lava. That's always a good idea. And now that we're... Let's see. Yeah, this room right here. Go to the left right here. We're going to pick up the, what is it, the warding bell, I think? In the secret room. There we go. Ow. Forgot I do not have the Fade-Down Cloak. I'm sure that boss will be just fine. I'm sure he won't want to fight us or anything after the last time we beat him. Oh my god, I'm relying so much on me having all those abilities. Man, I forgot how much you can't just, like, jump into the oblivion. Alright, into the seamstress. There is a bench, and then obviously we're going to start our Fey Down cloak.
Madon,
That's fine.
Keskomel,
Give me your wish, lady.
Madon, Parida, Sia,
Flexile spines. Let's go.
Madon,
Alright. Alright, so let's go on. Actually, well, I'll do it later. I was going to say we could put on our warding bell and all that, but I forgot. So, anyways, we're going to come over here. We're going to farm these guys. So this one's the easy one to farm. So hit that real quick. And then we can just leave and then come right back. Not gonna take too much longer. I don't know what we're at, but you know, it's like what, 20 or something, something like that. It's like 25, I think. There we go. Crazy how fast we can do it when we don't care about like the items and shit. You know, it's like, give me my spines. All right, I'll equip the warding bell here at this bench while we're here. Yeah, sure, you can have them. Record time on beating that wish. We still got to get the mask shard, and there's a relic we can get for money too. So we're gonna do that in a second, since we're already here. Sorry, I've been calling it the Fey Down cloak. It's the Drifter's cloak. It becomes the Fey Down cloak. My fault, guys. I'm so sorry to get the lore wrong. All right, boom. We are boss fight ready. Stop asking me questions, lady. I don't care. Shh, 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 shh. Stop that. Stop. Up. Then we got the scrolls. We can use that for money. And now we're gonna go get the mask shard. Oh, okay. Sick. There we go. All the way to the top left here. Okay. Forgot my own ability. Oh yeah, I forgot. Ow. Alright, that's 1 health bar. We're almost ready for Grandmother Silk. Oh my god, game stopped like drifting. It's like I let go of the button and she just freaks out. Alright, so now we're going to make a backup save here. Alright, so I made my backup save and we are ready for the 4th chorus boss fight here. So let's go ahead and tackle this. We should be able to get it flawless if we're evolved as much as we feel like we are after beating the game once. I shouldn't be struggling. That's all I'm trying to say. This fight, relatively easy compared to, you know, what we're used to. We can skip it at the end with the insta-kill, but you do have to fight it normally for the first, like, 3 stuns, I think it is. And yes, I am aware that you can get out of the arena and you can, like, completely skip the boss fight if you know how to do that. But as I mentioned in the, you know, as I mentioned in the beginning of the speedrun, you know, we're not doing anything, like, too crazy with the speedrun tech or glitches or anything like that. So, but yeah, there is a way to get out of the arena. If you're interested in that, you could do that, but it's not going to save us, like, a tremendous amount of time. It's not like we're setting records here. Whoa. I actually don't know if the spear is that much faster. Oh, no. I landed on the edge. Oh, well. So much for our flawless run. Should be any second now. I'm guessing 2 more hits. Or 1 more hit. Alright. That works. Alright, jump in the airwaves as soon as it becomes available. And here we go. What, did you die? Did you get crushed to death? Oh, that's so embarrassing. All right. So now we're gonna head up to Greymore. If you're doing the 30-hour speedrun as well, then you'll want to buy this Bellway station. If you're only doing the 5-hour speedrun, then don't worry about this. But I'm gonna stop here and buy the Bellway. And you don't have to stay for the animation. It'll just auto-complete that once we leave. But yeah, I like to have that for obvious reasons when we return to this area. But, you know, if you're doing the... oh, dang it. Normally, if you time it right, you can jump and hit that top one and then land on the bottom one. But sometimes this roof right here gets in my way. Alright, onward to Pilgrim's Rest. Oh, hello, Sherma. Sounds great. Keep up the singing. Boy, I hope there's not a heavy object that's just dangling precariously above her that someone could trigger and knock off the chain here. Sherma? I noticed you stopped singing. I'm sure she'll be fine. I'm sure it's fine. I almost forgot how many, like, tunnel or wind tunnels are. It's more than I remembered. Alright, that one we can just hang out over here, and then we can head up to Greymore. Greymore has a couple ways you can go about it. I'll go over it individually when we get to each spot, but our first order of business is getting the bone scroll and making it to the halfway home. Hey, buddy, I distinctly remember that you don't have swimming lessons. Oh, should have put on those floaties is all I'm trying to say. All right, pick up the bone scroll, aka money in our pocket. And now we're heading to the halfway home. Advanced maneuvers right there. Did a little bounce step above him. You probably didn't even notice. All right, now you could make a backup save there. Make sure you open up that door as well if you're going to do a backup save. You could do that just to celebrate beating the 4th chorus. I'm going to rely on just, I don't think I'll die. That's my logic. But if you wanted, you could make a backup save at that bench. Personally, I think it's better to do it after we get to the next spot in a minute. But, you know, you do whatever you feel like you want to do. I just know that nothing in this area is going to, like, be too crazy. And this guy's being annoying. There we go. Open up. All right, we're gonna do a leap of faith here. And we're out. Now we're gonna climb the tower. So I like to get those beads right there. Now we'll just keep making it up until the top left part. Right here. Now just kind of zigzag down until we get to the chapel. You can also open up the shortcut if you wanted. Oh, shoot. Hold on. There's this one. All right, so go left here for the chapel if you want. You do not have to do this. This is optional to get the Reaper crest. If you're wanting it, I would advise doing it. If you're doing all the speedrun stuff that we're doing, this is optional though. But either way, for the 30 hour, you're gonna need to get it regardless. So again, you might as well do it. Also, it helps with maneuvering in the game as well later on. But again, you don't have to do this. But in this room, just so you know, it functions as a kind of like a spot. If you were to die to Morwing, this room, you'll just respawn here. So instead of making, I guess I'm trying to explain this, like, you know, if you think you're going to die to Morwing, maybe after this, maybe double back and make a backup save at the bench and just treat that as your backup. If you are like, I might die once, but I don't think I'll die more than once, then just treat this as your bench, essentially. And if you die, you'll spawn back here, and that'll be that. So that's what, I'm not going to make a backup save here. I just feel like I'll be all right. But, yeah, if you're worried about Morwing and you're like, I don't think I can do it, then I would either backtrack to the bench and make a backup save, or you know, like you did it in the beginning, and you'll just have to repeat everything basically. So I'll leave that up to you on how you want to do that. But personally, I don't think I'll die, and if I do, maximum times, like, it's gonna be like once. So just use your instincts on what makes sense for you. But yeah, this will give us the Reaper crest. Again, totally optional if you're doing just the 5 hour. But it does help. I would advise, even if you are just doing the 5 hour, it's smart to get this. Plus, it doesn't take that long. All right, but now it has unequipped our loadouts. So, oh no, we don't have the shard pendant. I don't know what we're gonna do without the warding bell and shard pendant. But head out of the thing. That's where you'll spawn right there. If you were to die to Morwing, you'll spawn right there. So, here we go. I want to get these beads. I kind of lure that guy over so he doesn't just immediately cut through the floor. Dog, you can't just keep backing up. So yeah, if you feel like you're gonna die, you know, maybe go back to that bench or something. That way you at least have a backup save. Now it should get a little harder. Ah! I'm just always keeping my distance. Oh, dang it. Dog. Oh, that thing hit me like perfect. I can't wait till we get the Wanderer Crest. Alright, should almost be dead here. There we go. Bye, sorry. Gosh, should I do that? And we'll rest at this bench after the cutscene. And we'll make a nice little backup save here at the bench. Okay, let me, come on. I get it. I get that this is a cinematic checkpoint. There we go. All right, so sometimes you'll have the Easter egg there on the bench if you quit out and make your backup save and all that. So that is an optional thing that happens. Go ahead and put back on our items, and you can choose whichever crest you want. I'm personally going to leave it on the Reaper for now. But yeah, after you have your loadout set back up, we are going to go and buy the Bellway here. And now it's time to head into Shellwood. I like that Easter egg. You get strung up by the enemies there. It only happens if you quit out on that bench while resting on it. But it's not guaranteed, but it is pretty often. I would say like 80% of the time you're going to get it. I think it only happens once, but yeah, you should get it. Ow. So grab that rosary thing, and then we're just going to head to the right here where we can climb up. This room is very much like a left is right, up is down. To go up, you must go down. And now there's a lockdown here. Not a tough one, but more just like annoying. Those stick guys, I don't hate them or anything, but they definitely, I don't know, they're just kind of annoying because they jump up and stuff. They take longer to kill for what they are, is my opinion on them. See what I mean? It's like, they should already be dead. Like, what are you doing? Hey, Mr. Flower, why don't you come down here, okay? Alright, we are going to buy this bench here. This will be our main bench for the bosses and just the area in general. It's the central bench. Now we're going to go down to the left where we hop in the elevator. And here we're going to go over to the left. Let's keep on going. Hello, Chakra. Still don't want to buy anything. If you wanted us to buy it, you would have made it free. And then we're going to go over to the right here, where we are going to get a mask shard. This will actually save us money, believe it or not, because we won't have to buy any, or as many. So it's best to get this one. It's not required, but it's definitely the best thing to do, in my opinion. Now, you'll want to be really quick getting back, so don't dilly-dally at all, because there are a lot of flowers that spawn. So you want to just immediately turn and try to get to this platform, get to this one, go down. And if you're fast, you can just beat all of their animations. If not, that can get to be a little bit dicey. So now we're going to go up. And just straight across. Watch out for that enemy. And now we're going to go down. Go through there. Pick up that. Now we're going to go back through. And now we can activate the elevator and go rest at the bench and make a backup save for the boss. So not a long area. We did that pretty quick. So now we're going to make a backup save. Alright, so we are ready to go fight ourselves a sister Splinter, whatever that might be. Now this bench will be where we do for this fight, and then also once we're done with that fight and we loop back around, eventually you'll want to probably make a backup save at that bench as well, again for the Widow fight. Because there's not really a bench between where we're going and Widow. So that bench is going to serve as like kind of the universal bench for bosses. Oh no, what is happening? Now they have nerfed her since the first time that we fought her. And she is a lot easier, especially with the Reaper Crest. Really? It's like, that was easy. Dude, let me like actually get to him. That was crazy work. I can't believe how easy this is going. Wow. She is way easier now. I don't think she was ever that difficult of a fight. She only has like 2 moves, but it's just crazy how much less it takes to damage her. Alright, now gonna go out to the left, where we are gonna go down. And then over. There's that little hidden ledge right there. So bounce, and then you can dash over. Most of the time you can, if that flower is higher, if that flower is a high-ass flower, you can bounce off of it and actually not have to do that little loop around, but sometimes that flower is lower. So, whatever. Somehow get over here. And now we're going to get our cling... What is it? Cling... It's not cling grip. I don't remember the name of it, actually. It's cling something. It is. Oh, it was cling grip. Hell yeah, I knew it. Anyways, so now we're gonna basically be leveled up now. We have two of our best abilities. We have the dash and the wall climb. So we are looking pretty now. Quickly grab these beads before that enemy catches up to you. And there we go. And now we can drop down. Go to the right. Yep, definitely that's what we wanted. Uh-huh. And then instead of going up, we want to rest at the bench back at Sister Splinter's, or the bench we were at. Because that is the only bench. And you'll want to make a backup save. Okay, we got the backup save, and now we can head up to Widow. Widow's not the most difficult fight, but she's probably the most difficult one we've fought at this point so far. But obviously, if you've beaten the game, it's not going to be like the biggest challenge by any means, but I could see where it could catch people off guard. If you don't remember her fight, it's basically just dodge all the silk strings, and she does like a leaping diagonal attack. You just go underneath it and then over her, basically. Homie just couldn't leave me alone, huh? Just leave me the fuck alone, dude. Do your own shit. What the hell? That's crazy work. I'm nearly dead because of the stupid ass little dude. Spawned right on top of me. All I wanted was beads. That is frustrating. Well, I guess I'll have to make that work with 1 health. That's annoying. I might die here, actually. 1 health is insano. If I can get, there we go, 1 heal. All right, now I'll be okay. So whenever she jumps up, you always go up and over. On that one, the side that she's heading, you just go to that side and hang out on the wall. Dude, what is that? Oh, she jumped right into me. All right, phase 1. Phase 2, same thing, just a lot faster. I had nowhere to go, Gabe. Dude, it's really not wanting me to, like, do anything. Man, just die already. Really? Let's go. Don't die. Oh my god, I almost got hit by that bell. Alright. See, that second phase can catch you a little off guard, but it does help to be at full health going into that and not being at 1 health. Alright. We got the needling. Best tool in the game, if you ask me. Come on, Hornet. We are on a speedrun. I just wanted to remind you. You just look like you're taking yet another nap. But isn't it crazy that we're an hour in, right? And we have already beaten Bellheart's boss and gotten a needle in, and we're not even an hour. That should feel good, right? That should feel like we're doing something. Uh-oh. The hell? Oh! Dude, what? Come on. Why is it not working? It's like not wanting me to go. There we go. That was really frustrating. Boom. That one jump was being really annoying. I didn't have that issue the first time, I don't think. Okay, let's maybe skip. Am I allowed to skip? Just want to point out that the clock is still rolling, game. I suppose that was worth 20 seconds of our speedrun there. Really cool cutscene. I couldn't help but notice, but you're still fucking rolling, huh? Still doing the cutscene thing. Jeez, another nap, Hornet? Didn't you just have a nap? Okay, so what we're going to want to do is head back down to Bellheart, obviously, and take our flowers for freeing the realm. And we're going to upgrade our needle, and we're also going to go down. Okay, thank you. We're going to upgrade our needle and also turn in the relics, and that's pretty much it, I think. We already opened up the Bellway, but if you haven't done that, do that. Come on, game. Fuck. Feels wrong to leave all those wishes unattended. Who does the voice for this character? Alright. Boom, boom, boom. Now we get some beads and whatnot. That's all I'm here for. And now speak to him.
Tamiyan.
Esquera. Bonva.
Buenera.
Welianis.
How about you just go ahead and sharpen that needle, buddy? How about that, huh? Cool. And now we're gonna backtrack to Greymoor to go up through Sinner's Road, because now we are heading towards Act 2, basically. So that's everything for the main world. That's all we're doing. So now we need to call Ira. Era. So again, turn in your relics. Yeah, far fields. So yeah, turn in your relics and then upgrade your needle. And now we're gonna head back to Greymore. Now that we have this all nice and opened up. I actually don't know if it'd be faster to go to the Greymore Bellway and then do that, but then that would cost you more money. So to me, this is like a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. I don't know which one would actually be faster and less money in the long run, but since we have to come back to Farfields and all that, you know, I don't know. Hang on. Let me check my notes real quick, make sure I have everything. Okay, that's right. We want to go this way. Sorry, I had the notes right, but wrong building, so it's all good. It won't hurt us much. I don't know why I always jump into that. Dude, chill. God damn. Some of these enemies, I swear they like know I'm gonna jump, so they just keep backing into me. Alright, you can either make a backup save there or wait. I would personally wait if I was you. We're gonna open up the elevator and all of that, so we're basically backtracking now at this point. Let me get in the second tower here. Come on. Now head to the right. Whoops, one more floor. There we go. To the right here. Up and over. It's crazy how much we don't actually have to do, but now if I was you, I would absolutely make a backup save here, just so that you have one at the start of Sinner's Road, basically. And just like that, we have our backup save, which something tells me I might have to come back here in a minute with our backup save, because we are going to the Mist, and that is where all speedrun personal bests go to die. It's where hopes and dreams are created and destroyed. It's also where I think the first original sin happened. I think in the Mist, when somebody was speedrunning, I think that's what caused sin. Your ex-girlfriends and boyfriends, I think this is where they spawn at, is the Mist when trying to speedrun. I don't know. The Mist sucks. But let's just get there first, shall we? I'll go over the pattern for it in a minute, but let's get there. We need to get through Sinner's Road with as much health as possible. Now, I wanted to show that you can double back right here and pogo off that guy a couple times, right? And it will get you up to the cages to, like, skip this room entirely. But I'll show you this room for all of us normies who don't want to do the speedrun skip. It's not that hard of a skip, so if you end up wanting to try it, it's not that bad. You can always just leave the room and come right back, and it'll spawn that guy again. Okay. Okay. How many hits does this man need? Dog, I hadn't even, like, gotten, like, to the floor to hit me. That's a weird spawn. I've never seen him be, like, that far forward, but whatever. Usually the runs where nothing makes sense are the ones that end up making the recording somehow. So ideally I would have wanted to not get hit at all, you know? Or at least had enough health to heal fully. Because these wraiths be hitting hard. Okay, so now let's go over the pattern. And also, if this is where you burn some time, so be it, okay? This area, take it slow, take it whatever you need to. It's okay if you just go at a normal pace. We're going to make up time later. Now, the pattern is going to be normal, side exit for the first half. So, first of all, we'll just do that first. So it's going to be normal. So you just want to go into the room, find your butterflies, and go to whatever exit they are. That's what I call normal, just going to wherever the butterflies take you. Now, I hope they went. I think they went here. Anyways, so we're just going to assume that they went there. If not, I'll just try again. But now that we did the first room, we can actually double back. And since I saw these butterflies, it's actually faster for me to get these butterflies. So then I just go to there. So now we've done normal. So doubling back in that room counts as the second room. So now that we're in the third room, hopefully, as long as nothing crazy happened, I just have to go to whatever the side exit is, left or right. From like, if I came in on the side, just go to the opposite side. If this ends up not being it, that just means that I didn't get that one room. So here's the left exit. Hopefully I'm halfway. Yes, okay. So I did do that correct. So it's normal side. I wasn't sure on that first room if it did count or not, but I guessed correctly. So now we're in the fourth room. So now the pattern is going to be normal, right exit, okay? It's the right exit, and it's also the right exit to go to. So this room is normal. And this is where things get tricky, and you want to have as much health as you have. I hate this, dude. I'm so bad with this crest. Like, it's so difficult to get them. I don't know. I'm just not good with the, like, once I get grabbed, I can't pogo like I want to. All right, so it went to the left. Ooh. Okay, now that we're in this one, it's going to be the right exit. Oh, okay, we did it. Thank God. Just don't die now. Jeez, that would be embarrassing. On 1 HP. Just ignore that guy. Okay, make this and then make a backup save. I heard there's a Phantom of the Opera on the loose and somebody needs to play Roundup. Anyways, before we leave, I wanted to say the missed pattern one more time. It's normal, and then side exit. And then once you get through the halfway point, then it's normal, right exit. So normal side, normal right. Or normal right, my bad. So normal side, normal right. Now there is some silk there. And then there's also some silk right here. And when you're ready, come and kill the Phantom. The mist can be frustrating, but you'll get through it. It's just about RNG. Now, as far as the Phantom, you can be a little bit more aggressive. I'm sure you feel a little bit more confident than when I showed you the very first fight. But if you still want to do like the up it... Okay. I'm just trying to get in the fight. If you're still trying to do like the up and over thing where you do like one hit at a time, that's fine too. Basically, that was like this where you go around her needle. Dude, can I, like, not be, like, constantly... She just jumps exactly where I need to be. Really? Really? Oh my god. Like, talk about worse. Like, every time I did any maneuver right there, she was there. Alright, I'll take our first death here. That's fine. I can't believe how unlucky I was getting and, like, mixing that with kind of shit skills. I'm really bad with this crest. It is what it is. This is a quick run back, so I don't really mind dying once. I don't like the slowness and also just like the wide, like I'm just trying to get away from her, and it's very frustrating with this crest. It doesn't lend itself well to my playstyle. I do better with like close quarters, whereas this crest is all about like range. And it has like a it's not diagonal, but it's like not straight down either. But don't worry, we will be getting a the Wanderer crest soon enough. Oh my god, she just always goes perfectly. She is like a premonition or something. This girl always, without fail, jumps where I'm gonna go. See what I'm saying? How does she know I was gonna jump up? Get out of my... What? Ooh, that was a lucky stun. Keep thinking she's gonna do like the multiple one. Ooh, let's go. Got him. Oh no. She's dead. Well, we took a death there, but that's fine. We got cross stitch. That's all that I care about. Because, man, was I missing out on cross stitch? The thing I never used ever, pretty much. I was really worried we weren't going to get cross stitch. Alright, so now we're making our way to the Grand Bellway. Ooh, gimme. Hang on. Couldn't remember if that was a thing or not. There it is. Okay, the memory locket. I want to get that. Yeah, I knew you were around here. All right, we are going to buy the Bellway here. And then clearly this is the time to make a backup save once the Bellway's up. All right, so now I'm going to do something a little unconventional, but I think you guys are going to be happy. I'm going to go back for the Wanderer Crest. If you're just doing the 5-hour speed run, don't feel like you have to do this. Personally, I think it's worth it, even if you are. If you're doing the 30-hour, I definitely advise you to just come along for the ride. But, you know, it's up to you. But if you're doing just the 5-hour and you don't care about this crest, then just pause your game and wait for me to get back here. But I'm going to go back to Bone Bottom and get the Wanderer Crest. Because 1, I'm way better with that. And 2, it's just the best one. And honestly, the time it takes us to go get this, it's not going to take us a crazy long time. But I think the fact that I can kill bosses faster with it, because of its attack speed, I think I can make up the lost time for the most part. Just by having a faster attack speed. Plus the pogoing and all, I'm way better with. So we'll be able to navigate areas. So that's why I'm doing it. But you don't have to do this. But I would definitely advise it if you're wanting a little bit easier of a time. Plus the 30-hour thing, you're going to need this anyways. And if you're still not sold on this, we're about to get a fuck ton of beads. So even if you're just doing the 5-hour, it's nice to have a bunch of beads, which will save you on farming time when it's time to buy some shit. So we get those 2 beads, but also a Weaver effigy that we can turn in. So now just float down to the bottom right here, or left. And then go up. And we're going to do a quick lockdown. Not a hard lockdown. We'll get rid of this dumb, like, I don't know, slow. It's like too slow, this crest. I'm not a big fan for that. Like, I know it has a higher damage, but I don't like how slow it is. Now, unfortunately, we're not able to quit and save and go back to a bench. I was hoping that I could quit and save and go back to the Grand Bellway and not have to actually travel back. But getting this crest actually does count as a bench of sorts. So if you quit and save, it's just going to put you back right here. Just saying, it's kind of annoying. Because I really thought I had it figured out. I was like, we're going to do this, get the crest, quit and save back to the Bellway, and we will barely have lost any time. But that did not work out, so here I am. But it's worth it. You know, it put us out of the way 3 minutes so far, but now think of that, like the bosses are going to go substantially faster now that we can attack rapid fire. The normal enemies easier, and our maneuvering is going to be better. So, you know, I'm willing to sacrifice 3 minutes if it's like I get a much better crest. I probably die a lot less. I don't know. That's why. This is where my game crashed the very first time. Looks like we made it. So I'll just try to get back to that Bellway as fast as we can. And we'll rest at the bench, equip our loadout, and then we'll be back on track. Looks like at the moment what was that, 4 minutes? Trying to see how long it actually put us out. Wake up, you silly goose. Yeah, so 4 minutes. That's not bad. To go there and back and do the lockdown, that's not bad at all. Whoops. Okay, so now we're doing pretty good. So let's continue on. All right, so we are going to go to the left here and just go all the way up the cavern. But Act 2 starts, in case you forgot we were doing that. An hour and 20. We're in Act 2. We're making good time. Even with like going out of our way, taking it a little bit slower. I'm even explaining a couple things here and there. So if anything, you should probably be faster than me. Okay, Lace. You know what? I'll save your life in the void again. Go away, Lace. Go. Shoo. Shoo. Lace, go. The melody! Is that the objective we're on now? My god, I forgot how much... I forgot I have a lockdown too. Oh, how I missed you, Wanderer Crest. Ooh. Alright, rotate this. We're gonna go to the first shrine. And I'll make a backup save there just so we have that locked in, you know? A good checkpoint of sorts. Oh, I definitely forgot about those. This pointless bench, dude. We go here one time. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Stop talking to me, everybody. I just want to go. I just want you for your bench. Leave. Alright, I'm gonna make a backup save. Okay, campers, let's go find us an enemy to explore and kill. We're gonna go hunt an enemy. Jump up in the air. Come on, jump up in the air. Too late. You're a disappointment. Are you gonna do it? Nope. Why does no one want to help me out? You're also a disappointment. Let's see if this guy will comply. Looks like you're not doing what I need you to do, sir. There you go. Was that so hard? Was that hard? Alright, into the cog work, dancers. There'll be no dancing in these parts. No one's danced in this hall for years. In fact, I think we kicked all the dancers out of this old dusted town. So when I heard your feet tapping, and I saw your hips swinging, I didn't like that very much. So I guess I'm gonna have to teach you a lesson of why we don't dance in this town. Gosh, it's so much better to have the Wanderer Crest. It's just so much faster. Bring it on. Man, it's gotta be any second now. There we go. I knew, I was like, this is going way too slow. Looks like I'm targeting you, sir. I don't know which one of you guys was the guy, but it's gonna be you now. I don't like how you guys are splitting up and stuff. Alright, fair enough. Look at him, he's doing the... What is that? I think that was the stanky leg, actually, is what I think. I think that's what he was doing. Either that or the jerk. Man. Like I said, we don't want no dancers in this part. Take your bag of bolts and move onward. If you know what's good for you. That was a lucky hit, and you know it. Yeah, that was definitely the stanky leg. Well, now it's time for you to walk it out, all right? All right, now we're going to talk to these guys, and if you'll notice, we are at 1 hour and 28 minutes, and I want you to think to yourself, is this where you thought you'd be at when you activate the final mission of the game? 1 hour and 28 minutes in? Guys, part 1 of the walkthrough was 1 hour. Here we are on the final mission, and it's 1 hour and 28. We are crushing it. I like speedruns. They make you feel like you're just elite. You basically do nothing, and you just run through the entire game, and you realize how short games actually can be. It's pretty crazy. A game that takes most people, like, if you do everything, let's say about 40, maybe 50 hours, even longer if you're dying, but like about 40 to 50 hours to just do everything. And we're out here making it look silly in like 3 hours. So, it's crazy. This goes to show how much they can pack into like a small area. But anyways, if you don't feel like you can make the obstacle course below us and also the lockdown afterwards, which is a lengthy lockdown, go ahead and make a backup save there. But if you're confident in your skills, then don't worry about it. We'll make a backup save after the lockdown. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's my favorite spot. I love that that pogo. All right, I'm about to show you guys how to make this look silly. Now that I don't really have to explain it. All right, that was on me. I just completely fucked up my controller. No, I gotta wait for one more. I don't think I would have had time. All right, there we go. Move onward and just make it through this room. Oh, I thought I had made contact, to be honest. All right, good enough. Whatever. It's not my best work, but I will take it. I wish I'd remembered to hit that before leaving on the first one, because that would have been clean. All right, now this is a longer lockdown for sure. It's not hard, it's just there's a lot of enemies. That's really what makes it like annoying if you're coming out of it with like almost no health. That was a close call, I'll be honest. Good thing I have the Wanderer crest, though, and we can just pogo straight down. Did homie just hit like a combo on me? I swear, he just like, he had like a chain attack on me I've never even seen before. I'm more just impressed. Can I make contact? Is that allowed? Wow. Those bell guys, I swear, they're not like difficult, they're just annoying. All right, lockdown complete. Hour and a half, that's not bad at all. Actually, I think that's a... Yeah, I wanted to hit that just for the sake of doing it. So I'm gonna go up here. What? Climb. And we are going to make a backup save here at the bench. Oh my god, the name. Get rid of the text so I can do shit. Alright, backup save time. Okie dokie, I'd love to stay and chat with all of you lovely people and do all your wishes, but I know how that goes. First, I'll be rebuilding just a little sign or something, and next thing you know, I'm saving the town. Alright, so go to the bottom right corner. If you remember, we're going to pick up the Psalm cylinder in this room right here. And then we're just going to turn it in. There is a bench here if you want to have like a little checkpoint type place if you were to die. Break the floor open and then we can turn it in. I'm pretty sure this gives us rosaries too when we turn it in.
Tamilian. Nesvir. Benny-Frank.
Alright, once we're done talking to him, I'm gonna make this as easy as I can. So it's basically bottom right and then bottom left. So don't worry about like where to go, and I'll just drop down. And this first room is bottom right. So right there. Then we're gonna go straight across. And then this room, we don't have to complicate it or anything, just drop all the way down. And it's bottom left. And then there's a hidden thing in the ceiling right there, so hit that. That little ladder. Knock the block up. And grab our mask shard. We're almost at 1 extra health. So once you get the mask, drop down 1 floor and now go out to the left. This is where we came from. So now we're going to go straight across. So hopefully that was easier. Just bottom right corner, bottom left corner, and then just straight across. So try to jump over that guy. We are going to have to get past these guys, unfortunately. So if you just get hit, that's one way to do it. But now we need to solve for the puzzle. I'd like to solve the puzzle. There we go. And this will give us the pale oil. We don't really need to open this, but if you want it, you can break the window. If you'd like that for some reason. I don't know why you're like, I need it. But I mean, it's kind of fun. You break a window. So now we're back in the room we started, and we're going to go out. Back to where the mask shard was. And now we're going to drop all the way down. And go to the left. Bottom left. Oh, nope. Hold up. Wrong floor. It's not the very bottom left, the one above it. Feel free to take a quill if you would like. We officially got the red quill, boys and girls. That's a rare item. It's not as rare as the purple quill, but you know, it's cool enough. So hit that. And now head to the bellway. And we're going to make a backup save. Okay, so I made my backup save, but I actually decided to change my mind a little bit. We're going to go back to Bellheart, and I'm also going to go buy some stuff at the shops while we have a bunch of money before actually fighting Trobio. So you don't have to make a backup save there. You can do this first and then make a backup save. But, you know, I figured I'd point it out. Okay, so let's go upgrade our needle. I don't think... Oh, God, okay. Great. This is the toughest parkour section in the game, obviously. I almost fell again, guys. My God. Yeah, I guess you can have it. That's the good stuff right there. Yeah. Paint my needle. I like the way you sharpen that needle. Just, Hornet's terrible at small talk. I think, yeah, we have the Weaver effigy. If you had gone to get the Wanderer crest when I did that, so if you do, turn it in. If not, you know, you'll still have enough money, assuming that you've been doing the same route as me. Because we need a little bit of currency coming up. I think around like 300 or so. I don't actually, off the top of my head, with the reduced prices now, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's like 300 for the mask shard, and it's like 40 or 60 for the craft metal that we want. Come to the shop here. Now, I would buy the craft metal first. And if you have enough for the mask shard, great. But I'm also going to show you a free one as well that's nearby. But buy it if you can. Because obviously, you know, you have a full set here. And getting an extra one's never going to hurt. You'll just be closer to a new one. So you can come to the elevator here and go to Wormways. And then go like kind of down. And there's a secret room in that you can break open for mask shards. I'm going to show you that real quick. I'm kind of regretting not doing this while doing the Wanderer, but the thing is, like, we wouldn't have had as much currency either, so I should have probably waited on the Wanderer in hindsight. But, you know, practice makes perfect. Alright, buddy. That's cute. Do you think you can outrun me? Think again. So just drop down. Oh, look at that. That's a free mask shard. So if you didn't have the 300 or whatever for the mask shard, just get that one. It's not like we're going to be needing many more masks. Like, this is kind of our loadout for the final boss. So we're not like... You're not going to be missing much if you couldn't buy that mask shard. But if you can get it, great, you know? Alright, so now that we've made the 2 purchases and we've upgraded our needle and turned in the relic, let's go fight Pliny. Or, not Pliny, Trobio. Pliny's our friend. Although, if this needle isn't as upgraded as he's promised me, I will be fighting him. So, let's go ahead and make a backup save now. Okie dokie, it's Trobio time. Make sure your loadout's all good. Get it to where you like it. aka equip the one tool that we have. I guess at this point it's just picking what crest you like. This fight's not difficult. I think the second one's a lot more difficult And I don't think either of the fights are really that hard. I think this one punishes you if you're greedy. And the second one, I find it not a hard fight, but the visuals of it are what make it so difficult. Like, I barely can see what's going on the screen on the second one. Whereas this one, I feel like if you're getting hit, it's because you went for more hits than you should have. Like, just don't get greedy. Gotcha. Ow. Damn, literally not even paying attention to that. I have no idea what just happened right there. Ah. Gotcha. Got him. No, milk it. Oh, bravo. Brilliant. Fuck yeah. Good job, buddy. Give me that mirror. This is why the theater's not completely dead. It's performances like that. All right, grab the claw mirror, hit the levers, and we're also gonna send this back up, by the way, this elevator. So you can either like get off and send it back up, or just hit it when you're halfway down. When you can get off, like on the left here in just a minute, you can just hit the lever, like, and then just jump off. But we want to leave that up so that we can go down. Gotta go up to go down, you know what I mean? So go in left here. Oh, I almost had it. Just almost had it. And you might recognize the architect. So I'm gonna rest here. Now you could make a backup save here if you're like not confident, because we have to get the whatchamacallit, the we have to do the lockdown for the why am I blanking on? You know, the ability. What am I? The claw line. My God. Okay. I'm just saying we have to get that, and if you remember, there's that lockdown afterwards. So if you are not feeling like confident in that, then feel free to make the backup save there. It's not like the hardest lockdown, but it's definitely, I could see where it would catch people off guard. So if you don't want to like, okay, forgot that these go away. If you don't want to, you know, what you call it, have to redo Trobio. So I think I just like short circuited for the last like couple minutes. Ooh. No way, you did not throw me off like that, game. I made a sick play and that's what you had to do? It did me dirty. I think there's actually Silk up here if I remember. Yeah. The memory coming in clutch. So get the claw line. I think we can officially Kamehameha now. Pretty sure we have all the abilities that we need. Claw line, let's go. We have everything we need to beat Grandmother Silk. It's crazy that in an hour and 45 minutes, we've achieved all skills that we need. Now I feel like my instincts, my muscle memory of like, you know, like from late game, it's like I'm back. I don't feel as bad anymore. It's like I can do the things I want to do. Yeah, so this is the lockdown. If you aren't comfortable getting to this point and beating the lockdown, then make the backup save before the you know, Trobio fight, or after him, I'm sorry. Like, do it on the architect bench. That way you don't have to fight the Trobio fight over and over. Oh, I thought I was gonna parry him too. Ooh, the big dude. Oh, I didn't even have room to get away from him. All right, let's go. Rest at the architect bench here. I'm gonna make a backup save now. Okay, we have quite a bit of ground between us and our next backup save bench. That being said, I will point out a couple of checkpoints. If you want, you can make backup saves at any of those. If you feel like maybe the parkour sections and stuff might be too challenging, or you might die, or you just want a checkpoint. Either way, I'll point them out as we go, but I'm personally not gonna make a backup save until we get to high halls. So we have a number of things to get done between now and then. Oh, my claw line wasn't reset. But yeah, come down to the elevator shaft here. I hate that. There's like a cooldown on the claw line, and sometimes you go to jump and it's... Really, sir? Really? Yeah, you'll go to like jump and it just doesn't work. You just look like an idiot. So where we're at in the game now is we're gonna speedrun the melodies. We're kind of done with like the boss fights and getting set up and all that. So now we really are just getting the melodies done. So that's kind of our main focus here. And we're just gonna do a lot of random tasks to get those done. By the way, while that door is opening right there, there's a bench right here if you need it for any reason. But yeah, we're just going to speedrun the melodies, and then that'll set us up for the final boss, and then we'll get our trophy, and everything will be good. But for anyone that's maybe a little worried about the final boss, we should have plenty of time. Like, as you see, we're nearly done with the game, and we're only at 2 hours. So I'm assuming you'll be somewhere remotely close to my time, at which point, when we're ready for the Grandmother Silk fight, right, and we're about to get our trophy, I'm going to give you some, like, options, I suppose. Like, if you want to backtrack for more masks or spool fragments or whatever it might be, right, I'm gonna give you a few options to get some extra levels and stuff, if you have the time. And if you don't have the time, that's fine. You can just go into the final boss and that'll be that. But I'll let you kind of decide. But we'll go over all the like boss fight prep or in-game stuff later. But that's kind of our plan, is just speedrun the melodies, get ready for the boss, get our trophy. So we're not very far out now. We should be on the third melody, like, I would say within 30 minutes, we should be, like, nearly done with all that. So play the cylinder there once you turn it back in, and once you play it, you'll have the option to do your needling, and that will finish up the first melody. At this point, I would say if you're pushing 4 hours, like, it's still very possible, but you need to lock in. So if you're anything less than 4 hours at this point, you'll be totally fine. I'm guessing about 30-ish minutes to get done for most people, and then whatever the boss fight takes and stuff like that. So we're not that far away. I'm excited to, like, once I'm done with the walkthrough and everything, to, like, in my free time, go for a PB on Speedrun when I'm not recording and having to explain stuff, and I can, like, try all the speedrun tech. I'm excited to, like, do a proper PB because I haven't actually tried yet. Hey, yo, you are not that quick. Oh, I don't like that. That's not okay. All right, so drop down here, hit this bench if you need it. I would definitely advise hitting it. That's a good spot to make a backup save if you want, especially if you're not very comfortable with the parkour. So yeah, we're just gonna work up to the top here. So I guess, like, I don't know, I'll just kind of talk about something I'm curious about. Like, you know, my channel is half zombies, COD zombies content, and then the other part walkthrough. Which honestly, the zombies isn't even like half of my content now. It's mostly walkthroughs, I would say, is what I'm gonna spend most of my time on. But you know, COD Zombies, like, the content's like a couple days every like 4 months or so. There's new content, but for the most part, I'm not like, I don't need to cover it very much. But that's how I made my channel. It's what made me. So I'm always gonna cover it, and I still enjoyed covering it. But like I said, it's like a couple days here and there. But for the most part, I want my channel to be the walkthroughs. So I'm curious what games you want to see and stuff like that. If you're somebody that's recently subscribed, most of my previous subscribers were zombies like fans. So for all the people out here who have subscribed for the walkthroughs, you know, I guess in general, my favorite genres are going to be like horror games. What the hell? Just knocked me off everything. So yeah, horror games, like story-driven games, like a God of War or something like that, Last of Us, things like that, like any kind of story-driven or story-heavy game. And then I really like Dark Souls, or, you know, difficult games. So yeah, horror, story, or Dark Souls-esque games, like this one. So those are my main genres that I intend to cover, but I'll be going over like any new games that come out. But for the rainy days when there's like a dry period and new games and all, I'm curious what games everybody is interested in. I've seen a lot of people ask for Hollow Knight, so if there's ever a rainy day here, I could absolutely work on that at some point. Yeah, I'm curious. I actually never really intended my channel to be only zombies. It was always supposed to be the horror games. Whoa. It was gonna be like horror game walkthroughs and stuff like that, but then yeah, it's a long story. I'll tell you in a minute, but yeah, it's just funny how things work out. But here's the pattern for this. You're gonna hit the top one once, second one twice, and you're gonna skip that one, and then you're gonna hit this one once. So it's like 1, 2, skip 1, going from the top. And then this one is going to be 3 times on the very top one. And then we're gonna skip that one, and then let's see. Once there, and then we're gonna do that one once. Sorry, I was like trying to read my notes there. So it's 3, skip, 1, 1 for that one, going from the top to bottom. And then for this one, it's gonna be 3 times on the top part. And then we're gonna skip the second one, and then we're gonna do once on the third part, and skip the fourth. So on that one, it's 3, skip, 1, skip. And then for this one, hold on. This one's going to be 3 times. And then 3 times as well. And then, oh, you guessed it, 3 again. And then this one's gonna be twice. Hang on, Did I not hit it right? Hold on. I don't think I messed that up. Oh, I might not have hit this one all the way. There we go. Sorry, I must not have hit that. It's 3, 3, 3, 2 or 3, depending on your RNG. Either way, it should be very close. You should be able to like line it up like that if for some reason it messed up. But sorry about that. I probably just didn't count high enough, to be honest. It's only what is it? 4:23 in the morning. So if I can't count to 3, that totally tracks, honestly. But yeah, have our little concert here. Hopefully our parents showed up this time around. But yeah, my channel, it started off as like horror games, right? And Zombies was something I had been playing since the day it came out. That was my favorite game to play on my own time with my friends and all that. But so when I started my channel, I was like, you know, I'll make horror games. But then there was no new horror games, so I played Zombies. And like a week into having my channel, I ended up solving one of the hardest Easter eggs in Zombies. It was like at the time, and it got me a lot of notoriety that I was just like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this. And so I kept doing it. And like I solved a couple more Easter eggs, and within like 3 months, I had achieved like all sorts of new friends and all the big YouTubers and all these things. And I'm like, what is happening? You know, they all like, it was just like, that became my whole world. And so I was a big Easter egg hunter, and I made guides for all the stuff and all of that. I actually got to achieve a lot of my like childhood goals in life, like meeting certain people or working with people. So it was really fun. And I'm definitely not sad that I did it, but it definitely, you know, all of a sudden 6 years later, my channel was like pretty much mostly Zombies, and my entire goal of doing like walkthroughs like kind of was put on pause. So here I am. I'm finally getting back to the walkthrough side now that Zombies has kind of shit the bed lately. And I mean, I don't know. Ultimately, I just enjoy walkthroughs more, to be honest. I'll still do Zombies content, but that's not going to be my focus. I enjoy making walkthroughs. It's honestly, it's a lot less mental headache too. Zombies is very toxic nowadays. So, and there's mostly cheaters. So it just kind of fell apart. So making walkthroughs, everybody's way nicer. The comments don't like give me heart attacks. And I don't know, it's just more enjoyable. So I'm curious, you know, let me know what games. Dog, come on. What is happening? Alright, you want to fight? Let's fight. Haha, you can't catch me. Alright, now go left here. Watch the enemies. And we finally made it to a bench, pretty much. And here is where I'm going to make our next backup save. Okay, let's go get high in the halls. My controller at this point it's old. It needs to be replaced, but I'm starting to notice that some of these maneuvers, after all of the practice runs and the main runs and all, like, I'm starting to notice that the constant button mashing of like the triggers and stuff, it's taking a toll on my controller. This poor thing, this is its last game, I'll put it that way. So get up here. We're not really fighting anything here, just making our way through the world. It's really not that hard of an area, but you will have to pogo off those spikes. That's probably the most difficult thing you'll do. But go underneath that guy and then around from the left. It's a lot easier when we're not actually fighting anybody. And this next ring is the most difficult. Just wait till you have an opening and then go for it. And now we're just floating down pretty much. We're gonna get the cog flies here in a moment. Just because the game's practically just handing them out to us. Might as well. So that's why we had the craft metal from the Bone Bottom shop. So go to the room here to the left. give it the craft metal here and get your cog flies, which are very nice for the fact it's an OP tool in the game as is, but it's also nice to just have a few companions in our speedrun because, man, we have almost nothing on our character. So to not only have a tool, but also like a really good tool, that's definitely helpful. And now we're just gonna float on down. Nice peaceful float. And I can just drop down from here and go down and keep going down, and then we can make it to this bench where now we can actually start equipping things. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the cog flies. I'm also going to activate the memory slot. Doesn't matter which blue one you get. But yeah, you could throw on the mirror or the warding bell, whichever one you feel like. So I'm just gonna run with the mirror, and we have the spear, and that's my loadout. You know me, I love getting a good old loadout. So yeah, that's the build. But oh yeah, by the way, let's open up the shortcut and then make a backup save. That way you don't have to do that every time. So there you go. Open that up. And now we're going to rest at the bench here and make a backup save before a difficult lockdown. Ladies and lads, let's lock in for the lockdown, and let's go to the last lockdown before Lace lacerates us with her little needle. What I am trying to say, guys, is get hype. It's this, and then we are into the Lace and the Grandmother Silk fight, and we are done with our trophies. So very close to the end. When you're ready, go ahead and do this lockdown. It is very difficult. It's a long one. I want to go over the times really quick. So most of you are between 2 and 3 hours, which case you have plenty of time to do this. You don't even have to rush. But for those of you that are pushing like 4 hours, if you're looking for like what's the latest you could be done with this, I would say around 4.5 or 4:40, you should be done with this lockdown. So if you save, I would say 20 to 30 minutes for the Lace fight and Grandmother Silk, that is the absolute bare minimum amount of time that you can do that in. So I would say if you're done with this and you have at least 30 minutes, you should be fine. But if not, then you probably are too late in the trophy. But for most of you are between 2 and 3 hours, I assume, give or take, at which point that's fine. The more time you save here, the more time you can put towards your 30-hour speed run. So I wouldn't just like blow a bunch of deaths here, but no more than like 3. I would say if you die 3 times, then maybe reload your save file. But you know, don't just like spend an hour on this and not reset your save file, because the more time you have, the better for the 30-hour. But I'm going to show you the flow of this. It's kind of, there is a way to go about this a little bit easier. So the first few phases are just surviving. So I'm going to focus on that. And then once I get to the first phase where the strategy kicks in, I'll go over that. But for right now, just get through the first like 3 phases. You'll actually get to see me try here. Usually I have to like talk and focus, but I'll try to show my actual gameplay here. This will be fun. I don't have to explain this. All right, this is me trying here. Okay, so this is the first phase where things matter. Wow, okay, can I get out of the corner? So what we want to do is kill the first one and then take out the Claw Maiden or whatever his name is, like, easily. Okay, so now for this guy, obviously try not to get hit, but you want to finish with at least a Silk Spear amount of silk. And then get to the corner. And then you're going to want to quickly spear that guy. Doesn't matter which corner, but just one of them spear. God damn. Okay, can I like spawn somewhere that's not just immediately hit with a cog fly? That was like, what, 4 in a row that just like... I don't know. That's annoying. I'm going to pop 1 just because I got way hit right there. But the way this works is whatever corner you're in, he'll throw one at you. And then just jump it, and then go hit him, like once or twice. And then just go back to the other side. Ooh, I tried to kill myself. Oh, I tried it again. What am I doing? So yeah, anyways, that could have gone a little smoother, but I think you get it. I'm gonna try to get around him, actually. Whoa. Did not mean to dash into him. So this guy, it's just hit him and then back up. And then on that one, you jump over it. Same thing. So up and over. And then that one, you want to just give him some distance for the dome. Boom. And now that's the first half. Now the rest of it's same thing. Same flow, everything. Alright, we got the first guy. I'm gonna try to heal off of the little guy. Oh, I lost my... Yeah, there we go. Okay, now hopefully I can get a spear off of him. There we go. And then I'm gonna try to take out the little guy. There we go. Now it's just fighting the Maestro like normal. And we want to save as much health as possible because now we have to fight two of them. The more silk I have, the better. Alright, try to get some cheap shots in as soon as they land. Alright, if you can get them on the same side, then you're doing fine. And this is where we want to use our cog flies. Alright, there's one. Same thing now, just normal. I'm gonna play it smart, just in case. Alright, there we go. So yeah, it's basically like get them on the same side and then just bounce from wall to wall and go crazy with your cog flies, and you're just gonna hope that like that killed one of the guys. It's a little tricky, but once you do it a few times, you'll get the feeling. So now let's get the melody. From Conductor Balador. Do you also like shitty choir music, sir? From a Sprint Nextel phone? Do you is that your favorite? Seems like actually a man of culture. He seems like, what is he singing? He seems like he's into like folk music. I don't know, like he's in like the mountains. He's like got a banjo or something. All right, let's go. So now let's rest at the bench. Yeah, that lockdown's kind of tricky. I think if you do the pacing where it's like normal, 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 and then when you get to the ones with the gold helmets, try to get your silk spear back, and then just take out the conductors, and then you'll be good in terms of the surviving, and then you see how to fight the big guys. So it's really just that last phase that I find to be the hard part, in my opinion. But that's where you just go crazy with cog flies, your spear, everything. Try to take out at least one of them, And then it's just a normal single fight with the big guys. So nothing too crazy. But now I'm going to make a backup save right here. Okay, listen up. We have some stuff to go over. First and foremost, all we have to do is beat Lace and the Grandmother Silk. So that's our main objective here. Let's just get to the cog workbench, by the way. Hold up. I would personally open up the melody here and then make a backup save at the bench. I just thought about like how long this takes every time. So while we're doing this, before we go in the elevator, I'm gonna probably make a backup save at the cog workbench below us. But while we're talking, I wanted to go over a couple upgrades. If you wanted to do this before the Lace fight or before the Grandmother Silk fight, you know, if you wanted more upgrades for health and Silk, the best way to go about that with the abilities that we have and the areas and bellways that we've unlocked would be the Weaver Nest Alta. So back in Masquerado, you could go to Weaver Nest, open that up. There's a spool fragment and a mask shard in that area that you could get, which would top off your spool fragments and put you at 2 masks remaining. So for the final 2 masks, you could go to the one in Deep Docks and do that like short lockdown. It's right at the start of Deep Docks, and there's like a little lockdown, and you can get that opened up. And then for the final shard, you could go to Far Fields on the far right side and do the lava one. If you remember, you have to like run away from the lava. You could get that one now with our abilities. So basically like Weaver, Deep Docks, and Far Fields, and you could get all 3 mask shards and a spool fragment very easily. And it would probably take you, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes to get all of that, and you'd have 1 extra health, which would put you at an odd number of health too, which is nice because everything takes 2 hits. So having an odd number means that you can have like, you can survive more attacks, just having like an extra life. So that's nice. And then the spool, obviously you get that 1 more step closer to having more Silk. So, you know, that's what I would recommend there. Yeah, you could make a backup save here if you wanted. I'm just gonna rest there, and if I die like more than 3 or 4, I would reset my save file. But I definitely suggest making the backup save there. That's actually a much better spot. Plus, you don't have to do the singing every time. But I'm not going to go do the upgrades. I'm just pointing it out. But I am going to link in the description an interactive map. And all you have to do is like type in mask shards. Okay, Lace, can I like get into the fight or what? But anyways, you can type in the map like mask shards and it'll tell you like where everything is. But yeah, I would do Weaver Nest, Deep Docks, and Far Fields. Oh my goodness. What? What? So yeah, definitely utilizing the cog flies. Let's go! Let's freaking go! It's okay, Lace. I'm still your best friend, and I'll save you in Act 3 when you go inevitably into the dark side, and then... Oh, you want to talk now? Okay. Guess that made her talk. She's like pure Silk. Do you think that Lace will be the character we play as in the next game? I'm actually kind of curious. Because, like, you know, Hornet, she's the Hornet of this game. So, you know, like, Hornet was the, not the person, like, not the, like, enemy, really, but, like, kind of the lost soul, essentially, that was connected to the Hollow Knight. And, like, we had to fight Hornet multiple times throughout Hollow Knight, and similar in the Lace way, like, where we fight Lace multiple times, but we're really more, like, sparring versus actually fighting. And so it makes me wonder if Lace will end up being the main character, but I just don't think that she carries the same kind of like connection that Hornet does. Like does she have a personality that people are gonna care about enough to make the main character? But you know, I don't know. Her lore is pretty interesting. I mean, like, I don't know if you're gonna top Hornet's lore. She's like half worm and half dragon and spider. It's like crazy. Like, have you ever met a spider dragon worm? Like, it's crazy. Like, that's what she is technically, which is super weird. All right, so go over here. You already know what we're doing here. We are, of course, resting at a bench. And I'm going to go ahead and... Well, I guess we don't really have to do anything, really. So I would say just make a backup save here. Decide if you want to go and get leveled up with all your mask shards or whatever. You're not going to be able to upgrade your weapon anymore unless you really wanted to go out of your way for the wishes and stuff. But that would take way too long. So really, it's just if you want to get another mask shard, like I said again, the spool fragment in Weaver Nest, the other mask shard in Weaver Nest, then the other two would be Deep Docks and Farfield, and that would give you 1 extra health and a silk spool. That's about all you can really have time to do. If you wanted, you could also visit the shops and buy whatever the hell you think you might want. You know, but I'm going to save all that for the 30-hour speedrun because Grandmother Silk is a lot easier than what we've already done, so I'm not too worried about that. But that's the loadout I'm going with right here. And, you know, feel free to get whatever you want. Again, I'm linking that interactive map in the description so you can search that for items that you might want in for your game. But right now, I'm going to make a backup save, and then we're going to go get ourselves a trophy. All right, boys and girls, it's time for us to face our final enemy that stands between us and our 5-hour speedrun. Once upon a time, there was but a noble worm dragon bug who set off on a crazy journey that no one believed in. They said, "You're crazy, you'll never beat this in 5 hours." And that's not what that bug said. She said, "Watch me." And now everybody's watching, aren't they? Now no one doubts us now. Everybody's saying, "You're better than Hollow Knight, actually. You're probably better than him." You know, it's actually, you were kind of the main character of Hollow Knight, I think, honestly. That's like Hornet's internal dialogue. She's just trying to be better than Hollow Knight. So make sure you lose your health going into this fight. That's really cool to do. Only the cool kids lose their health bar on an inanimate object right before the final boss. All right, this is just like the cursed fight, pretty much. We don't really have much, you know, we don't have a loadout, we don't have shit. So if you've beaten her on the cursed mode, this is the same thing, except this time we get to heal. And our weapon's a little weaker. That's about it. But just remember her moveset. If you need to take it slow, maybe a couple lives and you'll get it. Her moveset's not crazy. It doesn't really change either. Like phase to phase, it's just like the environment. She's being a little spicy this time. She keeps moving side to side. There you go. Oh, I got hit. Ooh. Wow, you suck. Let's go to the right here. All right, so now is when I'm gonna pop my cog flies and just try to... I'm not gonna use my spear very much because I'd rather just save my health. But I am just gonna absolutely go hard in the paint with as much damage as I can. Just watch the needles more than anything. Ugh. Still keeping an eye on the needles. Think about how close you are to that 5-hour trophy. Do you want this? If so, we're only a few hits away. No way. This lady hit me with a the spike trap right on top of. You know what? Spear. I'm getting confident now. I'm guessing 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. Nope. Let's go. It was like 5 hits. I was close. Ah! Give me that 5-hour trophy! Sub 2.5 hours. I forgot how much she just doesn't die when we do this. Yikes. All right, I think that's gonna cut the timer off there. I don't know, but either way, sub 2.5 hours is pretty great. Go ahead and hide the timer here. So now let's enjoy our glorious cutscene and then get our trophy popped, which should pop whenever the completion time pops up. Boy, ours was a nail biter. I sure hope we got it in under 5 hours. Oof. But see, now that's 2.5 hours that I saved we can apply to the 30-hour, and we're already substantially ahead. Because we farmed beads all the way through that, pretty much. And since I never lost our beads, we're going to start the 30-hour grind by just being able to, like, go buy all the expensive shit, and then all the secret rooms for beads we can use to get the even more expensive stuff later. But since we have knowledge of where all that stuff is and like where the relics are, if we, instead of farming, it takes longer to farm than it would for us to just know where things are. So this time around, we don't have to do every single wish and every single thing. So it really is just save your money for like the most crucial things. But that'll be in the next chapter of this walkthrough. We'll go through all that. For right now, we're going to enjoy our cutscene and credits, get the trophy, and we'll wrap up our 5-hour journey here. And then I will see you in part 2 of this walkthrough for the 30-hour run. But if you just needed the 5-hour, then I appreciate you. Hopefully we pop our trophy here in a moment. I don't know how I feel about games that like force you to watch the cutscene or the credits. Like, I like that this is a small dev team and they can get away with it. It doesn't take like crazy long, but it's like I want to support the devs, but at the same time, it's like, oh man, some of these games go on for like ever, and you're like, okay, I don't know. It's like it's annoying, but I also kind of like I understand it. Okay, so here we go. Our trophy should pop after this timer completion thing pops up. We'll meet again, Team Sherry. We will meet again. 2:17. Ooh, I was 5 minutes. Damn. Okay. Let's go. Speedrunner. As you can see, we have 1 trophy left. Boom. 30 hours. So we will be popping that. I mean, I don't know. Pretty soon. I would say in less than 30 hours, you know? So yeah, we're going to be getting that in the next parts of this walkthrough. I don't know how many chapters I'm going to do it in, but each chapter, I'm going to keep it to around an hour long, just like before, except we're going to cover a lot more ground probably, is my thought process, because we don't have to do everything. We just have to get the required stuff. So a lot of it's just going to be like us going to, I don't know, like Mos Grotto, and then essentially just just getting all the items needed and then moving to the next zone. So we're just going to hop zone to zone and go in chronological order, essentially. And then there's only a few things that are going to take us out of our way, like wishes and stuff. But for the most part, we don't have to farm enemies. We don't have to do any of that stuff. So a lot of that extra stuff that might feel tedious, a lot of it's not even required. So even a lot of the secret bosses are not required now that we've already popped the completionist trophy. So I'll go over that in chapter 2. I'll see you guys there. If you guys were just here for the 5 hour, then congrats on getting that. Thank you guys for watching, and if you want to support the channel, you can subscribe and stick around for future walkthroughs for other games. And if you're somebody who's been following since the very beginning, then I guess I will see you in the next chapter as we move on to the final 30-hour trophy. So thank you guys, everybody for watching. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll try to help out with the speedrun or anything like that. And the interactive map is, of course, going to be linked in the description as well. So have a good one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.